Can the stars truly foresee the moment we take our last breath? What if your birth chart hides the exact date, time, and nature of your death, just waiting to be decoded by someone who knows where to look? While science may scoff and logic may rebel, astrology has long whispered secrets that even the bravest souls are afraid to hear. And one of the most chilling among them is this: can death be predicted through astrology? In today's episode, we dive into the shadows of the zodiac, where ancient calculations meet unsettling truths, and where we ask the question no one wants to face. Does your birth chart already know how and when you will die? The root of astrological death predictions. Astrology, unlike what many believe, is not just a system to read about your love life or tell you what kind of job suits your sun sign. It is a detailed cosmic map that ancient sages believed holds information about every aspect of your life, including its very end. In Vedic astrology, also known as Jyotish Shastra, death prediction is not just possible but considered a part of the deeper study of a person's karma and destiny. Ancient Indian texts speak of specific houses, planetary combinations, and dashas that can hint, not confirm but hint, at the nature, timing, and cause of a person's death. The 8th house, known as the house of longevity and sudden events, along with the 2nd and 7th houses, considered maraka or death-inflicting houses, play crucial roles in these calculations. The belief is not just that life is written in the stars, but also that its conclusion is no exception. Key planets, houses, and the maraka concept. In Vedic astrology, astrologers use a concept called maraka grahas, killer planets, which are capable of causing death under specific planetary periods, or dashas. The 2nd and 7th houses in a chart are called Marakasthanas, or death-inflicting houses, and their lords are believed to hold the power to bring an end to life during their planetary periods. Saturn, being the planet of karma and time, plays a major role in determining the timing of death, especially when combined with malefic aspects or transits over sensitive points in a person's chart. Rahu and Ketu, the lunar nodes, are also considered key indicators of sudden, mysterious, or karmic deaths. The 8th house reveals the kind of death a person may face, whether it will be natural, sudden, painful, or peaceful. But predicting death is not as straightforward as checking a few planets and houses. It involves deep calculation, intuition, and a karmic understanding of one's birth chart. And even then, certainty is never guaranteed. Dasha system, cosmic timing of life and death. The dasha system, especially the Vimshatari dasha in Vedic astrology, is one of the most powerful time-based tools astrologers use to understand the timeline of events in a person's life. And death, being one of the most significant events, is no exception. When the dasha or subdasha of a maraka planet begins, astrologers analyze whether it could activate certain combinations in the birth chart that indicate illness, accidents, or sudden endings. Transits also play a role, particularly when planets like Saturn, Mars, or Rahu transit over the natal position of the moon, the ascendant, or the 8th house. These periods can activate fatalistic outcomes. But here's the paradox. Not everyone who experiences these dashas dies during them. This is where karmic weight, free will, and divine grace comes into the picture, proving that while astrology may point toward danger zones, it does not offer definitive, irreversible predictions. Real-life stories that raise eyebrows. Throughout history, there have been cases where astrologers allegedly predicted deaths with eerie accuracy. One of the most famous cases was that of Swami Vivekananda, who reportedly predicted his death at the age of 39 and passed away exactly as foretold. In another case, Baijan Daruwala, a renowned astrologer, warned multiple celebrities about health-related issues that turned out to be fatal. In India, some traditional astrologers claim they can pinpoint periods of vulnerability so precisely that some clients even write their wills before those dashas begin. Whether these are coincidences or cosmic truths, they remain stories that both intrigue and terrify. Still, there are just as many stories of astrologers who got it wrong, because astrology is not fortune-telling. It's an interpretive science, not an exact one. Ethics of death prediction. Should it even be done? This leads us to the question: even if astrology can hint at death, should it? Predicting death is a moral minefield. For many, the knowledge of their possible death window creates panic, anxiety, and unnecessary fear. Some may start living in dread, while others may lose hope altogether. That is why most ethical astrologers today refrain from providing exact death predictions. They may warn of health issues or caution during vulnerable periods, but will not declare a date or method of death. The responsibility of knowledge is immense, and using astrology to tell someone when they will die can be spiritually and emotionally irresponsible, unless the individual is emotionally prepared and seeks that truth willingly. Death, after all, is not just an end, it's part of the soul's journey, and treating it with reverence is as important as understanding it. Astrology, karma, and the limits of fate. Astrology operates on the principle that your birth chart is a reflection of your past karma, not a prison, but a roadmap. And while the roadmap may show traffic, potholes, or stormy weather, it never tells you to stop driving. Similarly, death indications in astrology do not guarantee an end. They indicate a transformation. Many spiritual traditions believe that if karma is cleansed, or if one's consciousness evolves, death indicating planetary influences can be neutralized or softened. Remedies like chanting mantras, observing fasts, serving others, or practicing deep meditation are often suggested to reduce the impact of negative dashas. In this way, astrology becomes a tool for awareness, not fear, showing that even if death is part of our destiny, how we approach it, spiritually and mentally, can make all the difference. So, can astrology predict death? The answer is layered, mysterious, and not as straightforward as we'd like. While your birth chart may hold keys to understanding the quality, timing, and triggers of life's major events, including death, it is only a map, not a final verdict. What you do with that map is where your free will, awareness, and consciousness come in. The real power of astrology lies not in scaring you with fatal predictions, but in empowering you to live with more clarity, alignment, and spiritual courage. And perhaps, just perhaps, the true purpose of understanding death in your birth chart is not about preparing for the end, but about learning how to live fully before that final breath. Because no matter what the stars may say, it's not about how long you live, it's about how deeply you live. And that, dear viewer, is a truth no one talks about, but everyone should.